The Twitch Partner Summit just concluded about a week ago in New York, and I've seen a lot of questions wondering what the hell is the Twitch Partner Summit? And so I thought I would make this video to kind of go through what it exactly is, what was said, what was done, and what it could mean for the future of Twitch. Because there's some particularly important things here that are worth discussing. So I'm sitting down here and I'm doing a regular video. Usually I don't do this. Usually I do it live, but I think because of the importance of it, I wanted to do this a little bit different. Please subscribe. Please click like. That's the things you're supposed to say as a YouTuber. So here I am doing it. Also, if you want to see more conversations about this kind of stuff, come on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Zach Bussey. I am live basically every single weekday where we talk about what's happening on Twitch and in the Streamerverse and creators and all kinds of other stuff as well. So come on by. So the Twitch Partners Summit was an event in New York that just took place over the course of 2 days, where 160 partners, those 160 partners were intentionally chosen by Twitch to participate, and they represented a wide variety of content, of where they were in the world, of viewership, some with viewership ranging about 100 viewers CCV, some up to 20,000, 30,000. There's one who doesn't stream very often, but when he does, he gets 300,000 people who watch him. So it was a pretty diverse a group of people overall. People were flown in to the airport, picked up by a limo. They were brought to a Marriott where they stayed, and everybody was given COVID rapid tests to make sure that nobody had COVID. Obviously, a nice gesture to make sure that everybody was in a safe environment. That's why you're not going to see a lot of masks in any of these pictures. The opening night, you had this kind of soiree event with an open bar where you could kind of mix and mingle with other partners, kind of meet and greet, and just have a nice time. There was food, there was karaoke, all kinds of things here. I've got a few pictures that I'm going to go through here as we take a look at. You'll probably recognize a lot of the faces that are in these photos from various things. We got Al Mills here, Andrew Russet. Here's Sasha Gray and Bose, all kinds of different people. Everybody was given custom merch and a little custom gift with a handwritten note. Just kind of things that you would expect from an event to make people feel special, because you've flown them in. You have to do things to make them feel special. It's just a nice thing to do at any kind of influencer event. The next day was the actual event, and this was an opportunity to additionally network, to learn, to kind of bring the community together, and also, particularly the most important part, is a sit-down with Twitch executives, and we'll talk about who those executives are here shortly, and what was said, because I think some of it is particularly important. So you had sessions, you had a Lego session, you had a Brooklyn tour, you had meditation, and you also had appearances by Mikey Day. Why can't I remember his name? Mikey Day and Christine Ha and Alex Toussaint. People will probably recognize them. Thank you, DJ Silvernight, for taking these pictures. But the most important part, I think, personally, was a Q&A and then breakout groups with individual 2 or 3 different executives sitting down with smaller groups of creators to have kind of a more intimate discussion. But these were the executives that were at the event. Mary Kish is a community marketing. Doug Scott is the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer at Twitch, and also is the Senior Vice President of International Development. Constance Knight joined the company about a year ago. She's the VP of Creators. Mike Minton, or Mikey Minty as I call him, he's the the VP of Monetization. Angela Hessian is the VP of Trust and Safety. She's been directly responsible for the rapid update and modernization of trust and safety in light of hate raids, in light of a lot of things that we've seen that have kind of been left to the side. She has made Twitch a safer place, and I think personally she's done a good job. Her job's never done, but she's done a really good job in the time that she has been here, the short time that she's been here. Jeremy Forrester is the VP of Product, and Emmett Shear, the CEO of Twitch. Now, I think it's probably for a lot of people who are watching this, you probably don't know who any of these people are. So I think it is particularly important to recognize who they are, because these are the people making the decisions that literally impacts your day-to-day on Twitch. And so recognizing them and knowing who they are is kind of an important thing as part of your career. Now, as it relates to the sit-down interviews, the sit-down discussions with the executives, there was obviously a lot of basic things that were asked, and quite frankly, the partners themselves were not briefed on this. Nobody was really told what this event was going into it. So there was not really a lot of opportunity or time to be able to really think ahead about what questions you would want to ask the executives. Now, I did hear of certain questions that were repeated by multiple people, including as it relates to the most recent Bloomberg leak article about the disappearance of 70-30 splits and whether or not there was going to be an increase in 70-30 splits for other partners who don't currently have that. Now, what I heard was the answer. Again, this might be paraphrasing. This is taking a whole bunch of different sources and putting it all together. So it's not one individual answer so keep that in mind. It is a paraphrase. But Emmett could not confirm or deny any rumors from that article. However, they are looking, and here's what I've written down here. They are looking to increase revenue, maybe by moving away from rev share from subs and focusing instead on rev share with ads instead of the current CPM. Hey, sorry to jump in here, but a super quick update. It looks like they're actually doing this. They've already announced it. So that didn't take long at all. All right, back to the rest of the video. But they do want to have fair and transparent earnings for their creators, for their partners, and for their affiliates as well. So to me, that does signify, again, my personal interpretation, it does signify that we probably are going to see a reduction to that 50-50 sub split, in my opinion, and we might see an increase in ad revenue through rev share rather than a CPM rate of 350. It'll be kind of variable depending on how many ads are sold, how many ads are displayed on your stream, etc. Obviously, they're going to have to be transparent with that. They're going to have to make it more clear on how much money you make per to run those ads, because right now it doesn't make a lot of sense financially, nor does it make a lot of sense data-driven to run those ads. Another thing that was repeated was that discovery, questions about discovery. How do you make content discoverable on Twitch? And Emmett Shear himself said, that's a hard question to answer. And I'm going to let Trihex here, who talked about it on his stream, explain what Emmett Shear actually said. So here's a little video from Trihex.
Emmett admitted that discoverability is a huge pain point because it kind of really won't work until they overhaul the whole thing. It's like the final gauntlet of the back end of JTV code. He admitted that discoverability and that, having a better dynamic, algorithmic driven, more contextually relevant recommendations kind of requires every other piece of the puzzle to be in place, and that anything prior to that now would be would create more problems than solutions, because then you'll just get really shitty recommendations.
So that's a particularly important thing that was just said there. In terms of discovery, if you take a look at the current discovery systems on Twitch, all of the code and front end and the carousel, all of that stuff is leftovers from Justin TV days. It's all old tech debt stuff that they need to update. But in order to do that, it's going to require a significant overhaul, cost a lot of money, take a bunch of time. So don't expect anything related to discovery to happen overnight, but, and the simple fact that was the answer suggests to me that it's probably not coming anytime soon. It's just too big a product to push in a short period of time, especially as we enter a recession and, So anyways, keep that in mind. Discovery may not be something that is focused on until revenue and money starts to make more sense on Twitch. I want to say one last thing here about this. There was, of course, other things that were talked about, including a live replay, DMCA, other things that we'd heard before, but the answers that I'd heard that were given were nothing too special overall. So nothing notable in that regard. Those were the two kind of notable talking points. The thing that I think is particularly important for partners to know is that this was called an inaugural event. And one of the things that I have heard is that the idea of TwitchCon was originally around the idea of bringing partners and community together and to be like this great opportunity to network and meet people and et cetera. But for partners, it's kind of chaotic. It's kind of a it's not really the great networking opportunity that you would hope to have at an event that is aimed at, you know, community and meeting people and networking, right? So it's my belief that this kind of event is probably going to be more regular. And I think that we saw similar things to this happening over the course of the pandemic in terms of Twitch doing what was called the Twitch Tour, and other kind of digital events that they've had with partners in order to kind of build that like community connection with one another. So I am going to go out on a limb. I don't have anything to confirm this at this point, but I think that we're probably going to see some changes in the future. Whereas TwitchCon may just be a general community event that people can kind of attend two times per year, and it's for the community at large. I think that we're going to see a lot more of these kind of partner summits that bring the exclusivity of partner together to an event for a couple days. It's a special event. They'll probably be located country-based. This was an inaugural event, and because this is the kind of community thing that you do in order to build the kind of community ties and make everybody feel like they are part of something special. TwitchCon used to do that. TwitchCon's become too big now. So I think that we're going to start to see a lot more of this. Again, I have no confirmation to say whether or not that's going to happen, but I think that if it does, I think it's a good thing, and I think it's going to be particularly important to figure out how they're going to do it regularly enough to make the partners that are involved feel special, because there are 60,000 of them. And the last thing that you want is to make people feel like they've been excluded or not included, or they're not good enough, or they're just, you know, they've been forgotten about. That's the thing that Twitch is going to have to handle, because I've already seen a lot of salt from partners who are not invited, who live in New York, who had no idea what this was, to say, you know, why wasn't I invited? And so I think that. And again, this is me telling Twitch what to do, but their communication strategy is whatever they want to do with it. But I think it's particularly important to let people know that this was an inaugural event and that there's going to be more, and that partners are treated as partners on Twitch. Everybody walked away with this with a positive feeling about Twitch, about a positive feeling about the future. I've seen so many of these creators in each other's channels lately since the event ended, because they're all like, hey, that was such a great time. They had a unique, special, shared experience together. And I think that's a particularly important part of community building that Twitch hasn't done in a long time, and I'm excited to see it. So, if you guys have any questions about this, I hope I've done a good job of explaining what the Twitch Partner Summit was to partners, to affiliates, to the community at large. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat below. I'll do my best to answer them. I think this is a good thing that Twitch has done here. I do think that Twitch has done a good thing here, and I hope that they do more of it, and I hope that it's not always the same people, and I hope that we do see a vast variety of partners going to Partner Summit 2, Partner Summit 3, Partner Summit Europe, Partner Summit Australia, etc. And it does a lot to make it feel like you're actually listening when you have the people making decisions actually standing, sitting, talking, and listening in front of the people that it impacts most. So, with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Come on over to stream. I'm probably live right now, twitch.tv/ZachBussey, or just follow there to make sure that you don't miss a stream. Thank you again. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Super last-minute update to this story. Evidently, somebody at the Twitch Partner Summit had, in fact, contracted COVID. So, I think this is just the way things are going to be moving forward. Nice of them to let people know, but there you go.